Yes, but he wants a description of it. How would you describe it?
Well,
He's not going to experience it.
a fight with somebody who's deaf or somebody who's hearing or not culturally deaf. Is that what you mean?
If a person who's deaf and a person who's hearing, say they're falling in love with each other and they have an argument and they're trying to communicate with each other, how would they?
Well, a deaf person would be like, have to be like, well, assertive.
But how would you deal?
Their
How would
sign?
you deal with that frustration? What would you do?
Me, personally?
You or anybody?
You, really? Well, if it's frustrating with communicating, you try body language, gesturing, or, like you might say you over there, or you. A lot of gesturing is necessary, like hold on a second. You might even resort to using pen and paper,
Or they'll do charade, charade not really, but they'll try to gesture.
And I resort to, if it's a hearing person who doesn't know sign, I get out the paper and pen. Guy says.
So, watching you guys communicate, I'm becoming more aware that you have a bunch of communication channels that the hearing don't use. Do the hearing sort of ever seem, you ever feel like they're kind of lazy? That they've got hearing and so, they don't work hard on certain aspects of communication? Does it feel like that?
No, he says no. I don't think so. Hearing, it's their business to hear. Ours is a visual language, so it's our business to watch and use our eyes like you guys use your ears. So it's just a different mode. Channel. Also, go ahead. It might seem like hearing people are lazy, but really it depends on people are lazy or they're not being, they're depending on their hearing maybe, but if you have like a deaf person who's signing it, they're using visual communication where a hearing person just has to sit there to listen. So it looks like we're working harder, but
On the other hand, from the hearing perspective, they look at deaf people and they're just sitting there and just listening.
you're doing the same
And
thing.
there's no reaction, and
Right.
it's like, but the deaf people may be listening. It's very hard for to, if you were watching an interpreter, it's very difficult to watch an interpreter now deaf with eye contact with the speaker. So there's a lot of work involved with that, or lip reading, or trying to listen and change it into a different language, change the English to ASL in your head. But there's a lot of work involved in that. But from a hearing perspective, they may not realize that's all happening.
So, I've got one last thing, and then I need to go. Are you, this is Bay, right? And Bay has done a lot of research into faces and facial expression. So, he did the system that Gollum used in Lord of the Rings. Are you struck by anything watching their faces?
Yeah, it's more relaxing for me to be around people who are visually literate with their body language. There are a section of the hearing population that doesn't realize that their face and their body language is saying anything. So sometimes someone will say something very rude, and they don't realize that if you know how to look at body language, the thing that they just did with their face is very, very rude. And so all of these guys tend to be very aware of what their face and their body is doing. And so for me, it means that I can sort of take that part of my brain and actually relax it a little bit more than around people who don't know it.
Thank you very much for your time and for answering my questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello again. Hi. So my name is Bay. I am, as Gabe said, I built Gollum's face.
B-A-Y?
B-A-Y. My middle name is actually Leaf. Bay Leaf.
My middle name is Leaf. You know, the spice, bay, and leaf.
Like the tree. Parents were hippies. I need to sit there, if that's all right.